I'll tell you one thing, there is never a dull moment with Mr. James Newbury. Whether he is setting the Coliseum on fire in the 2019 games, is going ham in Ringer 1 on the assault bike and winning that workout, unforgettable moment, or whether he breaks his neck in 2020 and then goes on just a few months later to do his very first full Ironman in around 10 hours, I believe, or whether he's falling off a box and hurting his knee and not making it to the games, or, this is never a dull moment with Mr. James Newbury, and this year is no different. If you've been following the CrossFit Games quarterfinal leaderboard, and if you're a James Newbury fan especially, you would have seen that after the last workout submission, on the leaderboard, James Newbury was sitting in third place. Third place in Oceania, that is. And then a day or two later, his name disappeared, and you realize that he's been given a 0 for workout number 3. So straight away, I was on the phone with James. I was like, mate, what has happened? What is going on? And one thing I love about James Newbury is that he will never, ever, ever blame anyone or anything else. He always takes extreme ownership of anything that happens in his life. It's one thing that I admire about James. The very first thing he said to me was, bro, I had way too many apps open on my phone. I didn't have enough RAM, and so my WodProof app closed down. He could have said, bro, the WodProof app let me down and closed down and it's all their fault. But straight away, he took responsibility and talked about the apps that was open and the lack of RAM that he had on his phone. So yes, currently James has a 0 listed for workout number 3, but the CrossFit Games review and penalty process, it goes until the 27th of March. So there's still 3 days before the leaderboard is finalized. So I would not trust anything on the CrossFit Games leaderboard currently until the 27th. And that's why I tend to wait until that deadline before I start making content around what's happening on the leaderboard. You've got to give CrossFit time to go through the process and do their thing. So I'm going to hold judgment and other content until the 27th. But in the meantime, I thought, you know what? James has lived down the road. Let's go catch up with the man and hear it from him. And I thought, while I'm meeting James, why don't I make him do the workout again? It's only a sub 10-minute workout. I'm sure he'll be up for the challenge. And that way we can see his whole workout start to finish. Not that it will count towards anything, but just for us to view to witness the greatness. This video is sponsored by WodProof. When I found out about James's situation, I got in contact with WodProof to see what was done from their side. And honestly, the WodProof team is the most passionate team when it comes to wanting to make every athlete's experience seamless and good and enjoyable. It doesn't matter what level of an athlete you are. And they have been as helpful as they can possibly be. They are willing to write letters to CrossFit explaining what happened and to give evidence. They actually have a QR code now that you'll see on the WodProof app that they can scan and find out exactly what happened during your recording, whether a call came through, whether there wasn't enough RAM, whatever the situation is, they can find some extra information from the app, the back end of the app, and actually help athletes. So they have been nothing but helpful, and I'm sure James will say the same thing. Let's go meet the man. Mr. James Newbury, one of CrossFit's most beloved sons. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good, man. Hey, tell us, what were your expectations and goals coming into the season for CrossFit specifically?
Well, my expectations were of myself were to have fun. That was the main thing. I just wanted to have fun, and I wanted to get back into doing classes. So I kind of gave myself a goal to get back in and, hit 3 or 4 classes a week, meet some new people, travel around to different gyms, try some new stuff out, and just participate. And it was like, if I get through the open to quarters, cool. If I get through quarters to semis, cool. And with no expectations going any further than that, just with workload and stuff. So I kind of, after the open, I placed like 150 odd. And I kind of thought, maybe I might crack maybe top 100 or come in around about that 90 to 100 mark through the quarters. That was my thoughts and feelings.
Okay, tell me about quarterfinal weekend. Where were you? What were you doing? And just how did the weekend go down?
So it just so happened that I had booked seminars for Fibre in Perth, and it happened to be the same weekend as quarters. So I'd booked a Friday seminar, Saturday seminar, and Sunday seminar. And I had to kind of pick, as soon as I finished one, go and hit a workout, go back to another meeting, then go and do another workout. So it was a pretty jammed weekend. I kind of just ran into the gym, quickly warmed up, hit the workout at Dignus, and then yeah, basically just ripped on out of there and made it to my next meeting. It was a full-on weekend, but it was mega fun. It was like high-paced, high-intensity. Like, it was exciting. It was a cool experience. I've never done it like that before. Usually I prep and prepare and do all these things, but I didn't even have time to, get nervous. I just kind of just ran in. It's like, have a good time and just meet some people and do a workout in a different space.
Okay, workout number 3. Run us through it. What happened? How did you go? And what happened?
Well, workout number 3, obviously the 5 rounds, clean and jerk, burpee box jump over. I ran into the gym. I set up my camera, turned airplane mode on, made sure I had storage. I got a new phone, so I'd only use like 100 gig of like 500, so I had 400 gig spare. Did all the things. Started the WodProof app. A notification came up, and I assumed the notification was make sure airplane mode is on, make sure you have enough storage. So I just closed the app down, started my workout, filmed the stuff, and then I started my workout, and then somebody yells at me at about maybe 5 minutes into the workout, "Hey, your camera's turned off." And I was just like, "Ah!" And I was just like, "There's enough storage, just close the app and start the camera." And so they did, and we went and checked it afterwards, and it stopped at around the 2.5 minute, 3 minute mark. We missed a couple of minutes in the middle, and I started it again, I think 5.5 minutes, and it got from 5.5 minutes up to the 8:14 mark, which my time was 8:14 for workout 3. And we went back and figured out what it was. I spoke to the guys at WodProof, and they were really good. He checked out my QR code, saw that it was a RAM issue, so I had too many apps open in the background. So if anyone is doing a workout, make sure that you do have storage, you have your apps closed, and you also have your alarms turned off, disconnected from Wi-Fi, and airplane mode is on. So they're the things that you want to worry about if you're looking to make sure that your workout is going to be recorded. So I did all of those things except for the apps in the background, so close them all down. I ended up submitting two videos, so one with the WodProof and the one with the last 3 minutes of the workout, 2 minutes 45 of the workout. And I've submitted them. It's under review at the moment. And yeah, we're still unsure, but at the end of the day, life goes on. It's a bit of a bugger. I wish it wasn't this way, but you never know. Maybe a silver lining somewhere.
Why did you not just redo the workout after the fact? Or did you have not have time, or what was the reason for not redoing the workout?
Yeah, someone actually asked me this online the other day, and I was jetting out to another meeting straight after that. I had a Zoom call that I had to get onto, and this was a Zoom call that had been planned weeks in advance. And then by that time it happened, the crew was basically, I was just calling the crew up and just saying, "Hey, when are you hitting the workout?" And it was, I thought to myself, look, I've got all of the start of the workout. I'm missing a small portion in the middle. I've got the end of the workout. It should be fine. There was a whole crew of the gym there. And I also didn't want to ask the guys to come back and reopen the gym for me later. And that was on my mind. It was, the workout was tough, but obviously going back, I probably should have just stopped and started again, going back thinking about it now, which is the situation we're in. But I don't know. It's always good to look in hindsight.
Cool. Well, I think we've got some time before the 27th. You should just do the workout again today and just show us what you got, let us see the whole thing and see what you're capable of.
I had a feeling this was coming. Yeah, why not? Let's have a rip.
Boom.
Thank you.
How'd that feel second time around?
Yeah, it felt cool. Like, obviously, having done it once before, you know you can maybe go a little quicker in certain spots. So I went over a minute faster. It's kind of cool. But yeah, now they get to see the whole thing. Happy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
James, I feel like I'm more invested in your CrossFit career at the moment than you are, mate. What's going on?
I don't know, Wykie. You've always had a thing for me, and I like it. Wykie's my #1 supporter. So I think the thing when you're getting ready for a workout, you get so hyped about what you're about to do, if you're going to do well, if you're going to be fit, if you're going to make a mistake, that when you go to start the app, you flick WodProof on, you click, you click into the thing, they start camera, and then all you see is, in your mind, all you see is airplane mode storage. But there's actually 6 notifications there. One is like alerts, Wi-Fi, RAM closing the apps. And for me, I opened it up, was getting ready to do the workout. I was in a bit of a rush. And I just said, yep, all good. I've got storage. I've got airplane mode on. Wi-Fi is off. Good to go. But mine glitched out because of RAM. And now what that means is that I have apps in the background running that you don't actually close off. I had about 45 apps running at any one time constantly because I opened one from a few months ago and I never closed it properly. And so I'll sit there for 20 seconds just closing apps, and I never did that. So that's the reason why the RAM ran out, because my phone is trying to compute all these different things running and it can't handle it all. So whenever you're going to do it, guys, make sure you close your apps as well.
So there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth, and a good looking horse by that. The current James Newbury situation and story. It's such an unfortunate thing. It doesn't seem like it's anyone's fault, and it isn't anyone's fault. WodProof, they have created the best possible experience on the app that they can. In fact, if you use the normal camera on your phone and you get a call, that video will be cut off, but it won't restart. It will just stop and that'll be it. With the WodProof app, if you get a call, once that call's finished, the app will actually continue filming. So that's a great feature in itself. They've also got the QR code now that they can scan and find some more information about why things happened. But at the end of the day, like I said in the video earlier, we are still very much at the mercy of the device and the limitations the device places on apps. So it's very easy just to point the finger and blame the app, but there are limitations placed on these companies by the actual devices. And then obviously James he thought he did all he could, by turning his Wi-Fi off, turning his airplane mode off, and unfortunately he missed the step of clearing out the apps to make enough space, enough RAM space to actually continue recording a video. So unfortunate, but some good learnings for future athletes, and hopefully this all turns out well for James. And if anything you want to take away today from this video is that you need to take extreme ownership of your actions like James does. It gives you the power back, and that is why James is such an upbeat and happy person, is because he's in control of his life. He doesn't play the blame game. And like I said, I love that about James. So there you go. Let's hope, fingers crossed, by the 27th of March, we see James back in the top 30, because he definitely deserves to be at the Touring Pro throwing down. I'm literally editing the video right now that you're watching, and James just messaged me saying that they've updated the leaderboard and he's sitting in 28th place in Oceania, 2 spots within qualifying currently. So they've updated the leaderboard. Looks like they've applied a penalty of some sort, and currently he is in for the Touring Pro. So fingers crossed it stays like that. Okay, my tribe, stay sexy, keep roaring love. See you soon.